Christ is risen. Hallelujah. Please be seated. Christ is risen. If he hadn't arose, his disciples would have stayed dispersed. They would have gone back to fishing and stayed back fishing. You know, even after Jesus appeared on Easter Sunday and in those days after, some of those disciples did go back fishing, not really knowing what to do next. But especially if this amazing teacher, this charismatic personality that had a way of confronting the wrong things in just the way that confounded any argument, this amazing teacher that had a way of answering questions, even questions geared to attack. He had a way of answering them that just left people quiet. This amazing teacher that surely was amazing, maybe even so amazing it was a reincarnate prophet of old. Maybe Moses, maybe Elijah. This great, wondrous man who spoke the words of truth, words with authority. When this teacher was crucified on Good Friday, hearts sunk. The disciples fled. Only some of the women and his mom and John followed him to the cross itself. Then as they took his lifeless body off of the cross and placed it in the tomb, some of the women followed to see where they were taking him. Of course, the enemies of Christ, they asked Pilate to place a guard in front of the tomb so that nobody would steal his body, because it was known, Jesus had said that he would be betrayed, that he would be killed, that he would rise on the third day. And nobody wanted the theft of a body to confirm what they said was a falsehood. If Jesus had not risen, well, he would have gone the way of great prophets. Maybe his words would have been recorded and shared and followed. Maybe there would have been a specific branch of Judaism that regarded this new prophet's words as very significant, but never would he be worshipped as God. St. Paul himself in 1 Corinthians says, if Christ is not risen, we are a people to be pitied, because there would be no resurrection either for us. We look forward to a forever. We look forward to life everlasting because we have heard the word of this amazing man, this amazing prophet, this amazing teacher declare boldly that he is the resurrection and the life. That whoever believes in him will live even if they die. That whoever believes in him will never die. If Jesus is not risen, we have no hope. But Jesus is risen. We rejoice. Jesus is risen, and we look forward to the day of his return. We look forward to each new day because Christ is more than just a good teacher. Jesus is more than just a great prophet. He is God, incarnate. John chapter 1 says that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning, and all that has been made was made through him. There's nothing made, nothing that exists that did not come into existence by the action of this Word who was in the beginning with God, who was God. And then verse 14, the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory. The glory of God, Jesus Christ. Transfiguration Sunday, this is one to note. You have good recollection, preschoolers who come to our school and gather around, and I'm sitting on the floor here on Wednesdays. They know Christmas really well. Christmas, Jesus, the gift of God for our salvation, the gift of salvation for us. They know Easter. We're working on with these little 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds, 3-year-olds, that they would think of more than just Easter bunnies and Easter eggs. They know that, and they certainly will know in the next few months, that Easter is a big deal. One thing that's one of our goals here is days like Ascension Day would have awesome significance in our life. That event, Christ's salvation ministry for us. Transfiguration. One that Peter, in his epistle, refers to, where he says, I'm not speaking to you just great philosophies or bold ideas. No, I saw the glory of Christ with my own eyes. On this mountain, Jesus, after quizzing them about who do people say I am, and hearing that some say John the Baptist, some say Elijah, well, and then after quizzing them, who do you say I am? Getting the perfect answer from Peter, you are the Christ, the anointed one, the Son of God. Of course, in the other Gospels, we have a little extra information from what we read today in Luke chapter 9. We know that then when Jesus said that he would suffer and die and be raised, then Peter took him aside and said, no, Jesus, no, that's not how it works. You're the Messiah. You're the chosen one. You're the one of God. You don't die. Jesus rebuked Peter. Get behind me, Satan. You're a hindrance to me. Who do you say I am? Do you look to Jesus as a source of information? Do you look to Jesus as a strategy for good behavior? Some of our founding fathers, recognize that Christianity has an awesome impact on the life of a nation, because Christians are called to do good, not evil. To a high standard, because Jesus set a high standard for righteousness. Christians, they pay their taxes, because render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, render unto God what is God's. And so, it's a great advantage to the United States of America that we pay our taxes, not only because the government will punish us, but also because Jesus says, I gotcha. I got your life. I gotcha. Don't worry about today. I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me will live even if he die. Don't store up treasures for yourself on earth. Rather, rejoice in the reality of everlasting riches laid up for you in heaven. The whole wonderful perspective on life that opens up because of all that Christ has said, all that Christ has done. Jesus was worshipped immediately in the early centuries after his death and resurrection. So much so that Roman officials had to write for advice. These Christians that are practicing an outlawed religion in our Roman Empire, they're breaking the law by gathering on the first day of the week, on Sunday mornings, quietly, and they're singing and they're worshiping the Christ as God. What do I do? Should I put him in jail? The response was, don't stir up trouble. But of course, there would be many Christians who were persecuted because they would not let go of the reality of Jesus Christ, who had spoken truth with authority, who had performed awesome works of power that no human could do. They've dug up there's record of the arrest warrant accusing Jesus of sorcery, among other things, of blasphemy, claiming to be God, doing sorcery. If you don't believe that he's God, you would say that, well, surely he's doing it by the power of the devil, of demons. It acknowledges that he did things that were not natural, that couldn't be explained by science. Who is Jesus? Who do you say Jesus is? He is a prophet. We see in the book of Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 3. Therefore, holy brothers, you who share in the heavenly calling, consider Jesus, the apostle, the one sent forth with the words of God, and high priest, the one who makes things right. He is a prophet. He does speak the words of truth, the divine words of truth, as a human. He is a high priest, offering the sacrifice that would atone for sin. He is the sacrifice. He is king, and we'll leave that topic for another day. But Jesus was transfigured before the eyes of Peter, James, and John. The three of them would be huge figures in the Christian church in that first century. Before they were executed, John, he died of old age. But they would be regarded by the early church as leaders, heirs of the work of Christ. And of course, who else is on that mountain? Moses and Elijah. Great prophets, great figures, leaders of movements that rocked the ancient world, where Moses put Pharaoh in check with the miracles of God, the plagues that ended up liberating the people from slavery in Egypt. And then the 40 years in the wilderness, and we read about then the end of Moses' ministry in our Old Testament lesson today. But Elijah, confronted with a display of awesome power, not Elijah's power, but he confronted the worship of false gods under the reign of Queen Jezebel. If you remember that Old Testament lesson where they set up 2 altars and they would have a divine contest, that each group would pray to their God and see who would send fire from heaven to light up the sacrifice on the altar. And the priests of Baal, they did their best, and nothing happened. Elijah, with a simple prayer, saw the glory of God on display as God lit up that altar. Of course, then he went and executed all of the priests of the false god, and then he had to flee into the desert. We read about that a few months ago. Amazing prophets who displayed the truth of who God is there in front of Peter, James, and John. That this Jesus, this man is not them reincarnate. Look, I see the 3 of them. Then all of a sudden, a cloud envelops them. And the voice of God the Father declares, "This is my Son, the chosen one. Listen to him." We do well as we rejoice in who Jesus is. That he is truly man. That he is truly God. Necessarily so because his objective was to save us. Peter, because Peter said, "Don't go dying on that cross or even talking such silly talk about being crucified." Jesus said, "No." His mission was to suffer and to die. Why? Because death comes from sin. All the way back to the Garden of Eden, God said, "I will create enmity between Satan and the woman. I will restore alignment and allegiance between humanity and God." God would do it. Because of sin, there is death, and death breaks the heart of a loving God. who knows us by name from before the beginning of time. Death and sin and Satan come between us and the God who made us, the God who loves us, the God who had eternity laid out, including us and Him in perfect harmony. And Jesus came to resolve the problem of human sin, dying the human death, taking the judgment upon that is the right judgment of the Almighty God on a sinful people. And we die if we have only ourselves, only the best of our works, if we have all the accumulation of our lives, of our evil, adulterous thoughts, our lust, our anger, our racism, our confusion, all the things that just happen in different ways in different times of our life, in different manifestations according to each and every one of us, but yet are all the fruit of a sinful flesh, a sinful nature. If that's all we have before the Lord, when we die and face judgment, we have no hope. We have no hope. But Jesus says this: He is the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in Him will live even if he die. When He went to the cross as a human, yet true God, and all the quantity of perfect divine goodness, how do you measure the good of creating the cosmos? And looking upon the accomplishment and saying, that is great. How do you measure that? He takes all of that from the beginning of time and embeds that into the equation of human justice. What would you need to do to make it up to your husband for the wrong that you committed? Flowers? Dinner? What would you need to do to make it up to your wife, whose anniversary you forgot, whose neglect has accumulated over the years and years? How many cars do you need to buy? How many dream vacations do you need to spend to make things right? Just one way of thinking about such things. You blow it at work with your boss for a week. How much do you need to do? What do you need to repay so that he doesn't fire you? Let you go. Jesus comes into the problem between us and God with the fullness of goodness, the full weight of eternal perfection, and He pours that into human death. And we hear in 2 Corinthians that in Christ, God reconciled us to Himself and gave to us the ministry of reconciliation. Again, we'll save that for another Wednesday in Lent, about 3-4 weeks from now. But in Christ, we are reconciled to God. Are you in Christ? You are in Christ. If you're baptized and you believe. You are in Christ through faith. And as you receive the Lord's Supper today, know that if He comes to you, if you would doubt it for a second, if you think, oh, I was a baby, what did I know? Or 30 minutes ago was a long time ago, and I confessed my sins and I was forgiven. I've thought a whole lot of real bad thoughts, especially as the sermon has gotten longer and longer and longer. I need to confess my sins again. Well, Jesus says, I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me will live, even if he die. Take and eat. This is my body. This is my blood. Shed for you for the forgiveness of your sins. You are in Christ, reconciled to God through faith and through the sacraments that He's instituted to come all the way to where we are, that we would hear His words, and we would listen to Him, and we would know that He is able not only to put Himself into the womb of a virgin, but He is able not only to put Himself into the life 33-year ministry of a man in Nazareth in Israel, but He is able to fulfill His promise on another mountain before his ascension. He is with you always to the very end of the age. And he is able, just as he was able to raise Moses and Elijah for a little chat on the top of a mountain, he is able to put himself in that bread and in that wine for you, so that you can receive the true God who gave his life for your human sin. He is able. He is able to raise you up on the last day. There is nowhere we can go to flee his grace. There is nowhere we can run, nowhere we can end up in life or death that would be far enough away for him to be there with us and for him to rescue our lives from sin, Satan, and death. For that reason we rejoice each day, and for that reason we gather to receive the Holy Sacrament, because it is God's gift, his divine mystery, but wrapped up in his word of promise that he is there, and in him comes forgiveness and life. So we begin now a time of responding to God's promises with joy and expectation. At our time of offering, we offer up our prayers to God, who is near. He hears our prayers, and he upholds his goodness and grace through his timing and his intervention. And we gather to receive Christ in his body and in his blood, resurrected for you and for me, to give us strength, to give us hope, to give us restoration and reconciliation, to give us mission to a world who would know him. Jesus said to his disciples at the end of that exchange on the Mount of Transfiguration, he said, "Don't tell anyone about this until after I'm raised." Well, it's time to tell people about it, right? Thank God that they did. They shared the good news of this event of divine revelation. And we celebrate that today, knowing that God is capable to come to us and to save us.